Hey everybody, Bradley Sven9 here. We're back with another Bandwave video. This is basically a weekly update thing at the moment until we can find the thing causing the ban and whether we're safe or not. But until then, I'm basically just going to keep doing a weekly update. So this is part 6 to the Bandwave that started late February. I should mention, we got our boy Mr. Peach. He's just chilling on the floor. Hey buddy. So he's gonna stay there. But just so you know, he's still here, he's still kicking. I hope all of you are still kicking, staying safe and healthy during this crisis. It would be really nice if we could spoof without getting banned during this crisis, as I've said in my other videos. So let's hope recent research is showing us good things, which, sneak peek, it's looking kind of good. I'm still not going to say it's safe to spoof in your main accounts. But keep in mind, things are looking better than it did the last video. In a good mood. As you can see here, I'm currently shundo hunting. If you follow me on Pogo Shiny Hunter, if you have followed me for a while, you know I'm all about shundo hunting. Since the Bandwave came out, you can't really do shundo hunting, but if you get an account to level 30, you can shundo hunt. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to basically go through a bunch of things with you guys. Basically what I've done for my research, things you can do, what I'm talking about to clear it up for people who aren't really sure what I'm even talking about, and tons of other things. So let's get to the nitty gritty. Alright, so the Bandwave started and it hits people with red warnings and 30-day bans that stop your account from playing. If you get a red warning, that's just 7 days. It's called a shadow ban. You can go to the video there to see the information on what you could do with that account and whether it's safe to play in it, what you could still see, things like that. And if you get a second strike, it'll hit you with a 30-day ban where you can't play at all for 30 days. A lot of people had a main account that got hit with that near the end of February, and they recently came off of those. If you're wondering how to keep that account safe, you can go see that video there. That was the last Bandwave video, and it shows you how to sign into your main account on the legit app safely so that you don't get hit with that third strike permanently banning your account. And for things like what causes the Bandwave as far as things you do in the game, nothing actually in game causes the account to get tagged. I do everything in this account from battling people to teleporting and getting myself soft banned on purpose. You can go watch my soft ban cooldown video if you don't know what that's all about. But basically, if you teleport somewhere after catching something somewhere else and you're too far away, then the Pokemon will just run every time, so I make sure to do that. I've walked with my buddy, I've battled, I've traded, I've done basically everything you can think of. I got this account to level 30 within 5 days, which is the fastest I've got an account to level 30. And I didn't use any lucky eggs either, I should point that out. So you need 2 million experience to get to level 30. So keep that in mind. But once you're level 30, then you could snipe and use cords for hundos and things like that again. So as you see here, doing some shundo hunting, 100 IV Pokemon, looking for a shiny one. Another thing that is causing accounts to get tagged is basically just signing in to the third-party app, mostly iSpoofer. iPogo, I believe, does the same thing. But as long as you sign in, that gets your account tagged, or did get your account tagged. So don't think anything in-game, anything you do, stopping yourself from going far or things like that. If you're signing in to play the game, that's all that gets your account tagged. So don't restrict yourself from trying everything else. If you are trying things, again, I advise using new accounts to test these things out, as I've been doing. I'll get to my research on all my accounts and what I've done on each of them. Okay, the app I'm using is iSpoofer. If you want to learn more information on that, I'm not going to dive deep into that here. You can go to the Spoofing Vault, which is on my website. I'll show you the link, and I'll actually show you a quick example here of the website. Alright, as you can see here, we're at bradleysven9.com. This is the home page on the desktop, obviously. So if you go to Pokemon Go section here, this is where I send a lot of people on my Instagram and advise on my descriptions to go here, because this is where I try to pack all of my information and try and organize it. And I've been cleaning it up recently, trying to work on it a little bit more and see what I do and don't like and try and make it easier to navigate. So we're going to go to the Spoofing Vault section. This is what it looks like when you get there. So as you can see there, I've got the direct download. If you click this here, you'll be sent right to the iSpoofer direct download area, which is pretty handy. I've got here the bandwave warning. I'll take this away once I know it's for sure gone, but until then, this is going to stay there, so you can keep visiting here to see if it's okay or not. I do have a section here I'm going to work on even more, which is the bandwave page, where I'll put all my information. I'm going to put the data of all my accounts and what I've done and what versions and things like that. All the bandwave information will be put on that page there. And then also, this is a section where if you want to see what areas to download iSpoofer from, which ones are online and which ones aren't. If it's offline, that means the certificate has been revoked, as in you can't use direct download, and things like that. I'll put what versions on there and when the last thing changed, at least the last time I noticed it changed. So you can keep going to this section of bradleysfan9.com at the spoofing vault. Now you have to keep in mind this is for iOS devices only. Android spoofing is a whole nother thing, and I don't have an Android to try it out with. If anyone wanted to donate one to me, I would be more than willing to try and figure it out and then make a video teaching other people how to figure it out, but until then we're just sticking with this. So the new version of iSpoofer came out yesterday, April 13th, version 3.7.1. But as far as my accounts go, I've created new accounts once 3.7.0 came out. So let's dive into my accounts here and what I've done in each one and which ones are still alive and how long they've lasted, when they were created. So the timing of my last video, I had one account that was created on version 3.6.7 and that got hit with a ban. And then I also had an account that was created on 3.6.7, but it was recently created, and I had a feeling that was just going to get a red warning no matter what. So by the time of that last video, I just decided to scratch 007, don't use it, and I made a new account because 3.7.0 came out. There wasn't anything in between. Don't think there was a 6.8 or 6.9. It just went from 6.7 to 7.0. So I made a new account called 008, created it on April 3rd, and I've used on that one, since I have two devices basically, this one is my 008, and then the one you're seeing here, 009. So I said, screw 007. I knew it was created earlier, and sure enough, that did get hit with a ban eventually, so it was a good call to not deep dive into that account and keep building it. But as far as the other ones go, 008, as I said, used direct download only and was created on April 3rd, and it still does not have a strike. As you see, the date of the video created was April 14th. Yeah, April 14th. So that's on its 11th day. You saw it right there. It actually just got another shiny Riolu, which will go on Instagram soon enough, which is pretty awesome. That's 2 for that account, but it's still alive. That's the best part about it, and I know there's no red warning. I know if you close the game and reopen it, you may see a red warning, but if you want to see without having to close your game, you can teleport to a rare Pokemon, and if it's not there, then you know your red warning's there. You just have to close your game to see it. But I know for sure that this account does not have a red warning yet, which is awesome, because that's 11 days, which is 3 days more than the longest I've gotten. If you watch the other videos, I mentioned that it's basically once a week hits, the account gets hit with a red warning, which is pretty lame. A week after signing in, basically. So that's why I advise using new accounts to try this stuff out. But 008 has gotten to level 26. I haven't used it as much as 009. I'm basically treating this one as my spoofing main if it could stay alive. And then there's also this trick that one guy commented on my last video. Props to that guy. I love people commenting. That's how we figured out a whole bunch of things and I can only do so much research myself. It helps when other people comment and help out with that. The community is great. I've loved building that. It's one of my favorite things of being a YouTuber is the community I've built and how many good people are out there. Love when people comment out there. So thanks for all of that. But there is one trick. I'll get to that a little bit later. But as far as the trick goes, I did not use it on 008. It's something to do with turning the settings on and off, to put it short. But I did not worry about that in that account, and it is still good. But now on this account, the one you're seeing on the screen there, this is 009. We're hatching an egg, let's see, 91% Pichu. Little egg trick there. Nothing I want to record, so screw it, let's hatch a new one. But this account, as I said, got to level 30 in 5 days. I'm sure lots of you feel me having to do this every time with an event Pokemon, especially Bunearys and Pikachus, trying to delete each one. Wow, it's a pain in the ass. It would be nice if you could have an option to be able to select event Pokemon, but that's for another topic. This account, level 30 in 5 days. If you know that I use iPAStore, this is the iPad I use iPAStore on because you can only use one device, but that allows you to avoid certificates getting revoked. Now, if you've been playing iSpoofer the last few days, you realize that it has been revoked quite a few times, and it means you can't use direct download. It just hits you with the red bar, or the game just downloads but then just stays faded and won't open. But if you use iPAStore, you get your own certificate basically, and then you could play through that. So that's why I've been able to get shinies and keep playing throughout the outages on direct download. As I said, if you go to the spoofing vault on my website, I'll change it when it goes up and down. But as of right now, all of it works. So that's good news. But I should mention, this account was created on April 5th. And it is, like I said, April 14th on the creation of this video. So this is day 9, and I've gone really hard in this account. As you could tell, if you follow the Instagram, you see all the shinies I've gotten. I've gotten 18 shinies so far on this account. Might as well show you, it's right here. So I've done pretty good, and as you can see, these ones with the certain symbol and then the hundo at the end are shundos. So I've gotten 3 shundos. And a nice batch of shinies, including a couple of hatch shinies and event shinies. So April 5th, 9 days, gone hard. I've checked, let's see here. As you can see there, the counter on the left is how many Teddy Ursas I've checked, and on the right is how many total Pokemon I've checked. So as you can see, I've looked at over 6,000 Pokemon in this account since April 5th. So if anything would get an account banned, I would have done it. And so far, it is still good. So waking up and signing into this and seeing that it's still good is a huge plus. Like, anyone who loves spoofing and playing this game will be really pumped on this news. Now, again, I'm not saying the ban wave's over, because I could wake up the next day and get hit with a red warning, and maybe it was just waiting. But as of right now, it looks like version 3.7.0 may have found the way around the ban wave, because both of them are good. As I said, I use a trick on that one guy commented on. Hit me up on Instagram. Thanks for that again. And basically, I'll show you that here. So this one, I've done that on all the time. So if you want to try this trick yourself, this is how you do it. So before you sign into iSpoofer, you'll be at your main screen and it'll say sign in using Google, yada yada yada. So you're going to want to go to your settings, and then you're going to want to turn off all the settings, including the shortcut, the feed radar, the spoofing location, and things like that. Now if you're using the free version, you can't turn off speed up map loading, or not that one, the share map data. So that one will have to stay on, but turn everything else off. Now I have the pro version of iSpoofer, so I didn't have to turn that on. But my opinion is, I'm thinking it's just the spoofing location. If you turn that off before signing in, the game won't be able to tag you. And then once you're in the game, then you turn all your settings back on. And then that's how you stay safe using this trick. Now if the game force closes, remember not to open it up, because it'll sign back into your account. So you're going to want to swipe down and then hit the airplane mode. I don't want it on, so I shouldn't have even flicked that. But you know what I mean? If you turn airplane mode on and then try to open the game, it'll say sign in didn't work, and then just hit the sign into a different account and you'll get sent to the main sign in area of Pokemon Go. And then turn airplane mode off, force close the game, reopen it, and then go to your settings and then turn off all your iSpoofer settings and then sign back in and do the same thing, turning all of them back on once you're back into the game. So that's the one trick to try and stay away from the ban waves. As that one guy said, he lasted, and that was during the last video, which was a week ago. I'll have to reach back out to him to see if he's still alive, but the account, I'm sure the guy's still alive. So feel free to try that out yourself if you want to be extra safe. But again, I still wouldn't use any important accounts. But also, as I mentioned, though, I didn't use that trick in that other device, and it was created 2 days earlier, that account, and it's still good as well. So that's what's making me lean to version 3.7.0 being basically the new version of iSpoofer that seems to be blocking the ban getting detected. So that's going to be it for this Bandwave video. Basically, there's a lot of hope right now. That version 3.7.0 is looking good. I've got accounts that have lasted 11 and 9 days so far without any red warning. I've tried everything you can do. iPAStore and direct download. That trick I showed you. You could try that if you want, because even during the other versions, Buddy said that he was able to go 2 weeks without a red warning at least. So that's also hopeful, even if 3.7.0 seems to hit this account with a red warning at one point. And if this one stays alive, then that trick is going to be golden. So all this is good news, I'd say, to all spoofers out there and people who hope this bandwave will be over soon. So I'll still say I advise you to stay off any main account, create new accounts to try this stuff out, but it's looking better. And as I said in the last video, you could last at least a week for sure playing this game. So as this event has been fun, you could create a new account and just play your heart till your heart content wherever you want in the world. You can check my other videos for tricks on that. But you could just play. And if you really like your main account and want to trade things over, it'll only cost 20,000 Stardust to trade over something cool. So if you hatch a shiny Riolu in this new spoofing account by just hatching a bunch of eggs, you could trade it over to your main account that is stuck playing legit, and you could still have that Pokemon. So I hoped all this information was helpful to everybody who is intrigued on possibly the bandwave being over. So I'll keep diving into this and keep playing, so stick with me. We'll hopefully find the end of the bandwave soon. This could be it, but I'm not going to just say that within this 1 week, 2 week period. So I'll hit back in another few days here to a week to see more information. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my other videos. Thanks for watching.